as far as things that are items that are in my toolkit that basically help me make it through the day or also help my carries, I guess just staying organized and having a technology to a degree with, helping stay on schedule, a calendar, that really helps a lot as to know where I need to be and when. It's probably a big thing for me, I guess I would say. Some of the other things in my toolkit, gosh, I'm trying to think. Having others, I guess, that I can, reach out to in a moment where if I need to scream because of, whatever the situation is. Because as I've shared with others, although I may care for individuals that are not my biological family members, so some of the things that might make their parents upset or their grandchildren upset doesn't impact me quite the same as it does for them. And that's the same thing with my daughter. Maybe some of the things that we go through kind of hits home and hits me hard, but because although we care about one another, being that it's not my actual biological family member, I can kind of step away from that. So I guess always having someone that you can just vent to, long story short, is one of the things in, I guess I would say, my toolkit. Self-care for me personally is just basically first and foremost just being responsible and taking care of myself first, making sure that I'm able to seek out my doctor's appointments because I deal with my own health conditions. And if I'm not if I'm not feeling well or whatever the case is, then it's hard for me to care for anyone else when I'm not at my best. And so just making sure that I have a balance with regards to that. And so sometimes that might be me turning my phone off altogether. And therefore I don't get any text messages as long as I know my kids are safe, then I'm good. But I may not get text messages or phone calls, and I'm okay with that, and I try to give others that I'm maybe somewhat responsible for at least a heads up to say, okay, I'm kind of going through my moment. So, give me the evening and I'm sure I'll be better tomorrow. So just being open and honest, I think is probably part of my own, self-care. I've started going to the swimming pool and just not that I'm this great swimmer, but just doing laps in the pool, more so walking to help deal with, again, some of my own health issues. And so that's been pretty good for me. Trying to do better with the whole mindfulness. I talk about it, but just putting it into practice consistently is not something I've done yet, but I'm, trying to do better, with regards to that. Something I think about all the time from a teacher that I once had from a class, and it's basically, he told me, never work harder than the people you are helping. And so I have to make sure I think about that often, especially because I find myself trying to, make sure my daughter's got everything together and she's, I don't know how to exactly explain it, but, making sure she has the right schedule or making sure she's going to get something done in her class or whatever the case is. But I put forth so much energy, but if that other individual's not, then I have to learn how to balance that. And so I often think back about that. So, I don't know, I set goals for myself and just, those are just all the different things, as far as self-care, just taking time for myself. If that means nothing, if no one's home, I turn off. I don't want any TV or anything on. And I just might sit outside for a few minutes by myself and I'm fine with that. So yeah, those are some of my self-care things. If I could have a day off from everything, well, I would have to probably live near the beach, but if that was the case, I'd probably just sit on the beach. I don't need to get in the water, but just next to the water would probably be my day of choice. Just to, sit there and listen to the waves and watch the birds fly by and just sit there all day long. That would probably be the best day for me.